Before I start with the story of my Nuzlocke through Pokemon Floret Eternelle, I want to say huge thanks to the team for making such an amazing story-driven Fang Pokemon game. It's not complete yet, but after completing as much that was developed, I want to give a huge thanks for the devs for making it this far. I'm super excited to see what lies ahead for this game, and with that being said, let's jump right into the story of my Nuzlocke through Pokemon Floret Eternelle. The story starts off with me, Agaguni, a promising rising star of Palatown, being woken up by my mother the day of the finals of the Junior Champ tournament. My mom and dad wished me best of luck, and I make my way to the tournament. While walking out, I notice a red-haired individual outside my house watching us, and as I try to confront them, he runs away. How strange. After arriving, I face off against the previous winner, John, who was given a Nidorino versus my given Gengar. Wasn't a fair fight at all since I swept him pretty easily and won tickets to a cruise around the Sevi Islands. Upon making my way home to tell my family the amazing news, I see some shady individuals in black talking about completing a mission, though I continue back home. When arriving, I tried to search for them, but they were nowhere to be seen. Even my precious Eevee was missing, and all that was left was a no. Meet me tonight in the north of the city. We will be holding your family hostage. Don't do anything stupid. And just a tip, come alone. After reading that note, I noticed a box with another letter on it as well. It stated that my mother was so proud of me during the tournament as she asked Professor Oak to make me a Pokédex and encourages me to go on an adventure with Eevee, who isn't mine but hers, but after seeing how much Eevee loves me, wants me to take care of him. After all those emotions, I take a nap until the time to meet with the horrible people come. I dream of a memory with me, my mother, and a mysterious man. I'm able to understand how Eevee feels, and the man notices and takes an interest in me. All while another kid, hiding behind trees, wonders why his father, the mysterious man, is interested in me. I wake up and head to the meeting place in the dead of night, where I meet the redhead from this morning, and he tells me that he has my parents and Eevee, and will only return them once I meet a certain powerful Pokemon. They want me to do it because of a certain interest they have in me, and because they apparently don't have the free time to get the Pokemon themselves. I threaten back, with how people will find it suspicious how my family disappeared. But with the cruise tickets I won, they have a reliable story as to why they disappeared, and won't return them safely unless I do as they say. They tasked me with my first mission of stealing a Pokemon in order to start my journey, and they say they will have someone watch me at all times so I don't try anything. I went to Professor Oak's lab, overheard Oak's meeting with other professors, and stole the grass-type Stardust medal, who I named Hopper. The alarms go off, and I flee after defeating the guard dog Growlithe. As I leave with the stolen Pokemon, I pass by a cop and start my journey. I fly past trainers on Route 1 and enter a house where a mysterious blue and red-haired individuals kick me out instantly, and upon entering Viridian City, encounter none other than the legendary trainer Red from Palatown. He sees that I'm a new trainer, says goodbye to his friend Yellow, and teaches me how to catch Pokemon by catching a Rattata and giving it to me, who I appropriately named Red. Afterwards, I went into the Pokemon Center to heal up, when Jesse and James walked in and tried to rob the place, to which I dominated and sent them off. I then caught Alfred the Weedle on Route 2, and stumbled into Green and Red, talking, which almost turned into a fight, when Mew appeared and ran off with the two of them chasing after it.
I entered Viridian Forest and caught Liberty the Metapod, and continued through the long battles, when, encountering a trainer with this weird bomb-looking Pokemon, this happened.
Aftermath! I didn't know it had aftermath!
Upon reaching the end, the last trainer strikes up a conversation and reveals themselves as Blue, the oddball of the group, who uses a Ditto to disguise herself. She challenges me and I wipe her, and reveal she is the one the red-haired rocket who stole my parents said would be keeping an eye on me. She then goes on to her Jigglypuff and floats away. Yeah, that happened.
I then enter Pewter City, have a man show me how to break rocks, encountered a Zubat in front of the gym, caught it and named it Vampire, only to have this trainer called Forest throw a tantrum about how it was his Zubat, battle me, gets wiped, and then have Brock come in to tell him to stop whining, it's my Zubat, and he runs away complaining. So I went inside, beat up Brock, had Hopper evolve into Simoka, got the Boulder Badge, caught Reginald the Sparrow at Route 4, and saw Misty being chased down by a giant worm from Mount Moon, only to have Red come and one-shot it. She explained she was in there because Team Rocket was in there causing Pokemon to go crazy, and they were heading towards Cerulean in her hometown, so Red took her back. Upon reaching the Pokemon Center next to the entrance of Mount Moon, Officer Jenny was asking for help to rescue some trainer in Mount Moon from a gang of Geodudes, which I accepted, and caught a Zubat in Mount Moon.
I found many Team Rocket members and unfortunately lost Vampire to one of them. I eventually found the lost trainer and got them back to the Pokemon Center and got a reward from Officer Jenny. I also noticed many Clefairies acting really strange, dancing around these stones, so I followed them deeper into the cave. It wasn't until I discovered a giant stone they worshipped and encountered Koga of Team Rocket. After facing him in a tough battle, I unfortunately lost Alfred, but managed to win the battle in the end. The Clefairy saw that I wasn't a danger to them and helped me send them all away. After a few more Team Rocket grunts, I finally made it out of Mount Moon and caught a Sandshrew in Route 5, who I named Baby, and entered Cerulean City. I rushed towards Route 7 to add Gustang the Pidgey to the team. While continuing down, I encountered a herd of Tauros blocking the path. So, I went back to the Cerulean Gym and found out that the gym leader Misty isn't there, and her sisters will take up her responsibilities and fight the trainers waiting for them at the gym, while I was tasked with finding Misty at the end of Mega Bridge. I unfortunately went into a battle with an over-level trainer and managed to lose Liberty in the process, so I took some time and trained up my Pokemon. After leveling up, I took on the Nugget Bridge Challenge and was offered a spot to join Team Rocket. I declined because the game didn't give me a choice, caught Snake the Ekans, ruined a trainer's 100th win streak, and made my way to Bill the Genius, who, after helping him take off his Kabuto cosplay, got the SSN tickets. A little more exploring got me to overhear a conversation of Misty trying to confess to Red, only for Yellow to call and interrupt, having Red leave and leaving Misty jealous. Anyways, she goes to her gym to attend her duties, to which I tried to go, and Blue floats down and challenges me to another fight. I wipe her again and say I'm making good progress, but if I don't keep up the good pace, I won't succeed in their dream and I won't get my family back. She then leaves, and I finally make it to Cerulean Gym, where I proceed and wipe Misty's team and get the Cascade badge.
I was then able to go down to Vermilion City via the underground passage, and encounter a Coughing who was blocking the path because of a little girl's Nidoran, so I caught him and named him James, and I made it to Vermilion City. I head straight to the SSN when the president of the Pokemon fan club interrupts and invites me to his clubhouse to chat, and tells me about how I should leave my Pokemon like his Abra with the daycare at Vermilion City instead of using them to fight. But wait, from what I know, there isn't a daycare in Vermilion City. Strange. I find the fishing guru and got an old rod to which I used to catch fish the Magikarp. I then went over to the daycare I know above Vermilion where this punk tries to steal an egg to feed to his Ekans, so I wipe him and get an egg from the daycare people. The egg eventually hacked into a Togepi, which I'll never ever use, and trained up Vines and Magikarp in the daycare.
Upon approaching the gym, I saw a Mew next to it, and when looking more at it, it was just a Ditto,
which I had to murder. The little girl then complained how I killed a rare Pokemon, but Nuzlocke rule says I have to, so oh well.
I go into the daycare next to Vermilion City and see none other than Jesse and James manning the totally legit daycare. I go into the back and they stumble upon me and explain how they use the idea of a daycare to take people's Pokemon and forcibly train them to make them stronger and keep the stronger ones for themselves. After discovering this, they attack me with their Coughing Eck and the newly added Magnemite and Voltorb they got from a lieutenant. After defeating them, a Kadabra then appeared and sent them all away and teleported away as well. I ran back to the president of the Pokemon fan club and explained to him the truth behind the daycare and why his Abra is now a Kadabra. After learning the truth, he thanks me for what I've done, giving me HM cut, and tells me to go to the gym leader who just got off the SSN. I then find James and this guy who's selling golden Magikarp for 5,000 Poké Dollars, to which I instantly buy, and was scammed since it wasn't a shiny Magikarp. Oh, and James was scammed too. I then went into Vermilion City's gym and fought Lieutenant Surge and his electric Pokemon, which Baby absolutely swept. After beating Surge, I realized the Lieutenants Team Rocket got their new electric Pokemon from. Could it have been from Surge, the gym leader?
I got a call from Misty saying she needs my help. Wild water Pokemon started to run amok into Cerulean City. While getting there, I realized it was a gang of Squirtles causing issues, so I caught one of them and got rid of the other 4. And with that problem being resolved, that's where my journey in Pokemon Foret Eternelle ends. The game isn't finished, and I don't think it's going to be anytime soon, but I thoroughly enjoyed the game and I hope for the best. With that being said, thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed my short Nuzlocke through Pokemon Foret Eternelle.